Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a marvelous day. This is Amber with Amber Crafting, and today I am taking you through a whimsical craftathon, if you will. I have this planner from 2021 that I have done a walkthrough of a few days ago, and now I'm at the point where I'm ready to let this planner go. But before I do want to pull out some elements that I really enjoyed, namely some of the tabs, some of the pages, and the front and the back cover, because I think that I can find new life on these items. This planner, it was a bee inspired planner, and I really love bees. I really love the color yellow, so I really wanted to challenge myself by repurposing these. The first thing that I'm repurposing are the divider tabs. So I have cut off all of the um, edges where there were spirals on them. I also cut off the front and the back cover and am just making the edges very neat, so there's none of the torn or the frayed edges anymore. And the front and the back cover in particular would have made excellent pen guards. So you can see I'm doing that first. I'm cutting out the part that says 2021. I'm rounding the corners on the edges that are left. And the way that this was cut gives me two amazingly solid dashboards. The laminate's not cutting off at all. And one is a perfect size for a B6 notebook. The other, I think, is a great size for weeks. The back cover I'm reserving for another project, and then I'm going to get to work with the tabs and the pages that I have taken out. The full tabs I think would be perfect for either an A5 or A5 wide spread, so I'll reserve them for later. The next project that I'm working on are the full boxes that I've taken from this Ramadan spread. Since they have religious sayings on them, I cannot throw them away, but I thought that they would make really nice bookmarks. So the papers that I took from this planner come in colors that I think coordinate really well. There's a black cardstock, there's a cream cardstock, and there's a yellow, which are all evident in the pictures on these full boxes. So I'm matching them up to see if I can get any of them to work, and luckily two of them do. I think the black and the cream. So I am mounting those now, cutting the papers to make a perfect rectangle. These are going to end up being like baby bookmarks, and I think that the colors matched really well with the pictures. I will round the corner on everything to give it a nice clean edge, and then affix those full boxes to the cardstock to get them ready to be laminated. Before I can laminate them though, the other side of that cardstock had some of the monthly calendar showing because they did come out of the planner. So I ended up getting some washi in this beautiful tile print, and I'm using it to decorate the back of that card and cutting off the excess. And I will use the same washi for one of the other cards, and then for the other two cards I will also use like a coordinating washi. For the next two cards, the washi that I used are in these beautiful black and gold prints from a Muslim owned shop called The Right Aesthetic. I'll leave a link in the description below. She does really, really beautiful designs. It's a stationery shop. And then this last one, it's also from that same shop, and it's more of a black, bold background. The next step is to punch holes for the tassel of these bookmarks, and then I'm going to get them ready to be laminated. Since my laminator is a full sheet, I'm adding another project to it, and that project is a divider from my 2022 planner along with some gold vellum, and I'm making a pen guard for this that is formatted to fit the page on the corner, so fit around the page, and I am really enjoying this style of pen guard right now. The bookmarks are being cut down to a perfect size, again rounding the corners so that there's no sharp edges. And then I am taking my crocodile and punching a smaller hole in the middle to fit the tassel. So here we are at the end of this marathon crafting session, and I did not sit down with a clear thought on what I wanted to make. So these baby bookmarks are really a surprise, and I'm just so thrilled with the way that they came out. They are the smallest. I think they're the star of this crafting bonanza. But I'm so thrilled that I was able to use these boxes again. I said I didn't want to, or I couldn't throw them away. And I think this will make a very nice addition to my reading and my studying. And the small size lends just a really nice profile. So I will be doing this again, repurposing those full size boxes that I want to see again. And I'm excited to use these. Next, the other two things, they were pretty simple to put together. This was the cover that I cut apart. This one is like a perfect size for a B6 pen guard or bookmark, and yellow is my favorite color, so I could even use the back to put page flags or post-its, or use dry erase marker to write some notes there too. So this is great as is, and again there's no laminate coming off. This is really well made. The other piece, this I think is kind of like a week size. I don't have a week size now. It is a little too large for my standard traveler's notebook, which is kind of as narrow as I will go, but I think it could still make a great bookmark, so happy with that. The last thing that I produced was this pen guard that kind of slips over the page, so I am really happy with that. And another use for this would be if I was doing watercolor or something, I could hold the watercolor here as a palette. Sorry, I was just out of frame there for a moment. So happy to use that. And then I do have some things left over, which I will be putting in my stash to use at a later date. These were the full-size dividers that I cut off, and I think that they will be perfect for, say, either an A5 or an A5 wide, and I have a set of 5, which I think is the perfect number of dashboards or dividers that you could have in your planner, right? Then I have this is the back cover. I will not cut this now. I think that if I I could possibly use this as a pen guard in the same way, but for a much larger notebook. I think it would fit well in, say, an A4. Is it A4 or B5? Those larger notebooks, maybe a composition notebook as well. So be leaving this like this, but this is just kind of going in my supplies. I don't have a use for it yet. And then I have a couple of offcuts of, this beautiful yellow paper. This would be nice. Maybe I could laminate this and use it as it's smaller than a B6, but possibly trim it down to maybe an A6. I've been playing with that size. Just another offcut and a few of those cuts that I had used for the bookmarks. So, very, very nice couple of days making these items. I encourage you to, if you want to get rid of your planner, or there's some elements that you really love, pull them out. Find something else to do with them, and have fun doing it. Thanks for spending the day with me, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.